Hello and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about the 2015-2016 Chiefs season. This is a review, so let's get into it. So, as did every Chiefs fan, I think, I had a lot of confidence going into the season. I felt like we were going to have some great offensive weapons, especially with Jeremy Maclin, Alex Smith and Jamal Charles, and we had a great defense as usual. But and especially with the first win of the season at Houston, I really felt confident there. But as time went on, we ended up losing 5 straight. Not a good thing, never a good thing. So, but of the first, what would that be, 7 games? 6 of those teams went on to get into the playoffs, and the only team that didn't was the Chicago Bears, which I think we should have won that game. We lost in the fourth quarter. It's whatever though. But so it was whatever. And at the time, the first 3 losses that we got, those 3 teams were undefeated at the time of the losses. So quality wins, but you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm glad that we lost this game. We can learn something from it. You can always learn something from a loss or a win, but you want to win in the National Football League. You can't just be like, okay, we lost this game, it's whatever. You want to win, and that's what the Chiefs were saying. They lost some games, but they wanted to win, and so. And they also had, at that Bears game, they lost Jamal Charles. So they had to fill in there, and they ended up losing to the Vikings, close game. And then they headed into Pittsburgh against the Steelers, and, they won that game 23-13. And, it wasn't looking terrible. From that point on, we had a pretty good chance at winning every single game except for the Broncos game. So I was looking at it, and I was talking to a few of my friends, we have a chance to win every game. I think we can still make it to the playoffs. I believe that we could still make it to the playoffs even at that point in the season. And so next week we went to London against the Detroit Lions, and that's when everything really started to click. Great defensive game, great offensive game. Everything was clicking, and that continued to the Broncos. Convincing win. Good games until the Chargers. Would that be week 15 or week 14 or something like that? And then we kind of hit a dry spell. Close game, last possession of the game. Could have lost it, but we ended up winning because of the defense. Same thing against the Browns in week 16. Defense won the game for us, last drive of the game. But against the Ravens and the Raiders, we looked pretty good offensively. So heading into the playoffs, we were winning we just won 10 straight, getting to the playoffs, and we were playing the Texans, who we played in the first week when we won. And so we rolled into there, started off with a bang, kickoff and everything, and we ended up shutting them out. Great defensive game, great offensive game, special teams, a big part. And 30-0. So we ended the drought of playoff losses, 8 straight playoff losses, 22 seasons. We finally won a game. So can't be, you have to be thankful about that. You can't complain about that. So I was happy about that. After the win, I was woohoo, but at the same time, it was kind of like, okay, well, we have to play the Patriots now. And, we're playing with a team that's really battered up, Jeremy Maclin and out, Justin Houston, not looking terribly good. And the entire season, we just been through a lot of injuries and all this stuff. And, but next man up, the next man up motto really helped us carry through, showed us how fully the depth chart was, and we really had a lot of depth in every position, and that really showed with all the injuries. And the offensive line, I forgot how many combinations we've had, but like I'm pretty sure every offensive lineman has played a different position this year. And so super proud of them. I mean, they did allow a few sacks, but I mean they protected Alex Smith pretty well and allowed for a pretty solid rushing game. And so, but against the Patriots, we faced a different kind of team, and ourselves was a different kind of team too, without Jeremy Maclin, and I mean, pretty much without Justin Houston. Both of them did play against the Patriots, but not a lot, which is kind of disappointing for them. But you have to overlook it, I guess. And so, I mean, the Patriots, they just did a really good job getting pressure on Alex Smith, and they just flood him out of the pocket, and like he was forced to throw bad throws and just throw him out of bounds. And I mean, we couldn't get really any offensive production, and for both teams there was no rushing game at all. I mean, I just think that was funny. Like, there was literally no rushing game in the game. But the Patriots defense did really well, and as for the Patriots offense, Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, and Tom Brady, I mean, they just did a really great job of getting the ball to them, and I mean, the passing game was really good, and the Chiefs, I mean, we couldn't stop it whatsoever. We couldn't really get any pressure, despite having the Patriots offensive line kind of battered up. Couldn't really get anything going on the offense, on the lines, and I mean, that caused us the game pretty much. I mean, the Patriots just kept rolling, and we ended up losing the game, sadly, but we can't be disappointed. I mean, it was a really good season. I mean, after starting off 1-5, winning 11 straight, getting that playoff win, can't be like ungrateful. I mean, be thankful. A lot to be proud about. # Chiefs Kingdom. And I'm excited for what next year can bring. I mean, I'm kind of scared about the offseason. I mean, there's a few players with contracts expiring, so I'm kind of scared like what's going to happen there. But for the most part, I'm really excited of what is going to happen. Like I said, I don't want some players to leave, although I think it may happen. Offensive line, a few players might leave. Hopefully nothing changed on defense, but it probably definitely will. Eric Berry, Sean Smith, Derek Johnson, and Tom Hawley contracts expiring. I don't know what's going to happen there, but so offseason always a scary time, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially with the drafts. I'm fully confident in what Clark Hunt, Glenn Dorsey, and what Andy Reid do. They've been picking up some good young players in the recent drafts. So, yeah. So, that's pretty much it. Good season. Can't wait for the offseason to see what happens, and hopefully we have a good season next year. See you guys.